Chaos, screams, sirens. What started as petty backstage drama exploded into bloodshed, betrayal, and an ambulance flying down the block Cameron landed in the air just hours ago. It all went down in a dim-lit VIP corridor at an exclusive Atlanta event. Jim Jones snapped and allegedly threw hands at his longtime brother turned rival Cameron. Eyewitnesses shook, said it was uglier than anyone could have guessed. But honey, that wasn't even the twist. Chrissy Lampkin, Jim's forever fiancé, was suddenly pulled aside by police for some urgent cue, and after security footage revealed something spicy. Why was she seen whispering with Cameron alone right before fists flew? What exactly went down seconds before the chaos? Is this just drama or the fallout of a long-buried secret finally exploding? We're diving all the way in leaked footage, shady insider confessions, and a play-by-play timeline of how one night torched a decades-long brotherhood. Buckle up, because what's coming might burn the Dipset legacy straight to the ground. And to fully grasp the moment Jim Jones let rage swallow him whole, you've got to go back to when the pink furs weren't ironic and loyalty meant something. Back in Dipset's glory era, Cameron and Jim weren't just collaborators, they were Harlem-bred soul brothers turned rap royalty. Their bond seemed bulletproof, but oh, the drama backstage tells a different story. Let's unpack it. The diplomats rose from the concrete like fire in stilettos, loud, unapologetic, and draped in pink mink. Cameron was the face, the vibe. Jim was the muscle, the guy you didn't cross. But as the money rolled in, so did the egos. The coins started going different directions. Cam hogged the spotlight while Jim Jones, even with the banger We Fly High, played backup vocals to Cam's lead, and that's when the cracks started to split. The first fracture didn't come with fireworks, it crept in quietly. Behind closed doors, whispers started swirling. Jim Jones felt sidelined, like Cameron didn't value him anymore. What used to be brotherhood, it was now business. And business was getting grimy. Jump to 2017, Jim aired it all out live, crying during a Raw Breakfast Club interview, confessing loyalty, heartbreak, and being thrown aside. Cameron clapped back on Instagram Live with cold texts, petty receipts, and the claim that Jim was never truly Dipset, just riding waves. Fans divided. Harlem in civil war mode. But in 2021, plot twist, a surprise reunion lit the stage. Jim, Yules, Cam back together. Fans lost it. Old wounds seemed healed. Until last night, that so-called peace set ablaze. Insiders say chaos erupted backstage at a Unity concert that turned into a lyrical bloodbath. Cameron allegedly pulled Jim aside to hash out long-festering drama royalties, betrayal, stuff still burning in his chest. Jim, already sauced and simmering, reportedly lost it. And guess who strolled in moments before the blow-up? Chrissy Lampkin. Yep. Security footage now flooding social media shows her talking low with Cam in a hallway. She leans in, he nods. Seconds later, Jim storms in and boom, mayhem, with fists flying, screams echoing, and security scrambling. Chaos swallowed the room. Blood on the floor, tension in the air, and Chrissy Lampkin, pale and shaken, was rolled out on a stretcher. Jim Jones, dragged out in cuffs, later released. Police insiders now say Chrissy's little chat with Cameron right before the brawl might be the key to all of it. Was she warning Cam or walking him into a trap? That part's fuzzy. What we do know, Chrissy's lips are sealed, Cameron is stable but silent, and Jim, not a word, not even a pity tweet. Meanwhile, the streets, exploding. Dipset is devouring itself. Fans cry. Did Jim finally snap with reason? Did Cameron push too far? And where exactly does Chrissy fit in this Dipset disaster? Because this wasn't a fight, it was a public demolition of legacy. And honey, it's only getting messier. The room was already tense, industry insiders whispering, bodyguards twitching, like they knew something dark was brewing. Still, no one saw this coming. Just leaked footage shows Jim Jones storming down that VIP corridor, fists clenched, jaw tight, two entourage members chasing behind. One tried to grab him, Jim shook him off. Seconds earlier, Chrissy had stepped out of the same room, her face blank, her grip on her phone so tight her knuckles went ghost white. Inside, Cameron waited alone, reportedly hoping to talk things out man to man. But others believe Chrissy orchestrated it all, trying to squash old beef. If so, it backfired badly. A venue worker claims Chrissy was crying in the bathroom minutes before, sobbing, "They're going to destroy each other and it's my fault." Then it happened. Jim entered. Voices rose. Then boom, a crash. Allegedly. A champagne bottle shattering the piece. A bottle went flying, crashed across the room, and all hell snapped loose. Security rushed in, but too late. By the time they broke it up, Cameron was bleeding out from his forehead, sprawled on the ground. Jim Jones, barely conscious, being restrained by 3 men. His shirt was ripped to shreds, and out of his mouth came a line no one expected. "You know what you did, Cam." The room froze. And just like that, the first major twist detonated. Social media exploded. A cryptic post from a burner account appeared, then vanished, but not before fans screenshot it to death. It claimed this wasn't just about Dipset, beef, or royalties. This was about Chrissy Lampkin. About Cameron messing around with Chrissy behind Jim's back. And guess what? Apparently, the whole block knew the brawl was personal. Fans couldn't process it fast enough. Reddit lit up with blurry screenshots, old DMs, and side-by-side photos of Cam and Chrissy at the same events looking real cozy. One clip from a 2019 party even shows Chrissy dancing dangerously close to someone in Cam's iconic pink fur. Jim had stayed quiet for years, but maybe he knew more than we thought. Then came another bomb, a tweet claiming Jim found old texts between Chrissy and Cam. The source? A verified Love and Hip Hop insider. They allegedly tried to sweep it under the rug months ago, but it didn't work. This wasn't just betrayal, it was humiliation. A full-blown lie from the only 2 people Jim trusted. Now Cameron was hospitalized, Chrissy was being grilled by the cops, and the wildest rumor yet was just heating up. This wasn't just some hallway scuffle. Police aren't calling it a fight anymore. They're investigating it as a potential setup. According to one anonymous source, Chrissy Lampkin met Cameron an hour before the party. She knew Jim Jones would be there. She knew he was already on edge. And still, she told Cam to come through. Was she trying to patch things up, or did she strike the match? Cops reportedly seized Chrissy's phone on site, digging through deleted texts, call logs, anything that might reveal her real motive. That's when things got extra messy. A leaked screenshot, apparently authenticated, shows Chrissy emailing a friend, "I'm done protecting him. If he finds out." That one line sent the internet into a frenzy. Fans started connecting it all to Miami and wondering if Cam was more than just an old flame. Speculation went wild. Some believe Chrissy and Cam had picked up where they left off, right under Jim's nose. Others think it was just a one-time mistake that spiraled into a full-blown secret. And then there are the ones who say Chrissy's been emotionally split between 2 men for years, trying to juggle love, loyalty, and a crumbling empire. But in her attempt to keep them both from falling, she may have brought them both down. Outside the hospital, Cameron's camp stayed on lockdown. No interviews, no leaks, just one cryptic IG story from a crew member. He's awake, and when he speaks, y'all ain't ready. Meanwhile, Jim, dead silent. No post, no comment, no live. Chrissy was released from police custody hours later, visibly shaken, mouth shut, but her silence, louder than any confession. And in the middle of all that boom, a new leak hit the net. A voice note started making rounds, allegedly from Jim Jones himself, sent to a close friend. "I let too much slide thinking we were grown, but seeing him with her again, I saw red." That line confirmed everything Jim knew about Chrissy Lampkin and Cameron's past. This wasn't just fists flying, this was heartbreak combusting in real time. But the most chilling part, the end of the audio. "Tell them I warned him. He showed up. I was gonna break something if I got near her again." And break something he did. But it wasn't just Cameron's face that shattered. It was the entire legacy he helped build. While the city hadn't even caught its breath and fans were still glued to their screens, a second bombshell dropped. No fists this time. No blood, just secrets. Frame-by-frame breakdowns of that now viral stretcher footage got derailed by a new leak. A voicemail, a private conversation between Chrissy Lampkin and a close friend. And it cracked the internet in half. In the recording, Chrissy's voice trembles. "I didn't mean for it to go this far. I just needed to know if I still mattered to Cam." She says he was only supposed to listen, not record. But it was too late. The damage was done. And the implication? Chrissy didn't reconnect with Cameron years ago. Nope. This wasn't some dusty, dead flame. The heat was recent and still very much alive. This wasn't some fling from the archives, this was current, ongoing. And worse? Screenshots flooded the internet showing Chrissy Lampkin and Cameron allegedly at the same Miami hotel just 3 weeks before the Atlanta fight. Same poolside, same background, same damn date stamp. Fans were already losing it, then it got messier. A sketchy email from a so-called hotel concierge leaked online, claiming they had to intervene in a heated hotel suite argument between a woman named Chrissy and a man rocking a Dipset chain. That Atlanta blow up? It detonated the internet. Now everyone was asking, did Jim Jones already know what happened in Miami? Was that fight a setup or a confession turned violent? While Chrissy stayed quiet, Jim's mother dropped a now deleted post. Some women don't just break hearts, they end bloodlines. It wasn't a diss. It was a family-issued declaration of war. Meanwhile, over at the hospital, Cameron's silence wasn't peace, it was pressure. His cousin added fuel by tweeting a blurry pic of Cam's arm in a cast. Caption, "Y'all treat loyalty like trash. He's gonna speak, and when he does, everything will burn." That's when the industry started chiming in. Celebs were in full spiral. Fat Joe went live with a messy take. "This is why you don't mix love with loyalty. Harlem triangles always got snakes." Remy Ma tweeted, "Some lines aren't worth crossing. Not for power, not for love." But the most savage reaction, Funk Flex. He spun an old Cameron track, paused it, and said, "Hits different now, don't it?" Chrissy was always the wild card. Jim should have seen that play years ago. What started as a backstage brawl had now become full-blown Shakespeare with betrayal, rumors of DNA, and one last twist nobody was ready for. Just when you thought the Dipset disaster couldn't go any deeper, a new rumor crawled out from the underground hip-hop forums and took over TikTok. A woman claiming to be Cameron's ex dropped a cryptic post, hinting that Chrissy Lampkin once asked Cam to take a paternity test for her child. The gag? Chrissy and Jim Jones have no publicly known kids, but this post implied one may exist secretly. And Cam allegedly thought he might be the dad. The message vanished in minutes, but not before hundreds grabbed the receipts. Suddenly, fans were screaming. Was this brawl really about a baby? Did Jim snap because Cam's tied to Chrissy in a way more intimate than betrayal? What exactly has Chrissy been hiding all these years? Then Cameron finally broke his silence. He posted a hazy photo from his hospital bed, face bruised, lips curled into a smirk. No caption, no context, just one storyline, timing. And boom, more gas on the fire. Screenshots of supposed texts between Cam and Chrissy flooded timelines. Real or fake? Who knows, but the convo. Juicy. Chrissy. He knows. I couldn't lie anymore. Cam. Then it's done. Let him come. I'm not hiding. Chrissy. I never stopped loving you, but I didn't want to hurt him, whether staged or legit. The screenshots blew the drama wide open. Dipset fans tore into factions. Some dragged Chrissy as the ultimate snake, while others slammed Jim for clinging to grudges and ignoring the red flags all along. Old grudges resurfaced, and a loud corner of the internet went all in for Cameron, painting him as the real victim tangled in a messy web of betrayal. The hashtags? Ruthless, hashtag Chrissy exposed dot, hashtag Cameron peaks dot, hashtag Dipset split dot, hashtag Jim v scam dot. The weight of this drama crushed any idea that it was just gossip. This was legacy level destruction. Families were dragged, reputations collapsed, and the public was nowhere near done watching. Now the question wasn't just who betrayed who. It was what secrets are still buried. Because this saga wasn't over, it was just beginning. Harlem's once proud streets, once the heartbeat of Dipset's brotherhood, had turned into a digital war zone. What was unity became chaos. Twitter threads turned nuclear. TikTok exploded with conspiracy theories. YouTube gossipers dove in headfirst, dissecting the mess frame by frame. Between Jim Jones, Cameron, and Chrissy Lampkin, the internet was obsessed. Everyone had a theory. Hashtags spun out of control. Hashtag Chrissy setup. Hashtag Jim Jones snaps. Hashtag Cameron hospitalized. Hashtag Dipset done dot. One viral TikTok showed a girl sobbing in her car, mascara running as she screamed, "I grew up on Dipset. I believed in them. Now Cam's in the hospital, Chrissy's lying, and Jim's losing it. This ain't love and hip-hop, this is real life, and it hurts." Another stitched video fired back. Chrissy was never right for Jim. Her heart was always with Cam. Just go back and rewatch their early scenes. She was never really loyal. Reddit, a whole battlefield. Fan threads dissected interviews, lyrics, side glances, and every suspicious moment ever caught on camera. the conspiracy theories went full throttle. One Reddit thread titled "Jim knew in 2015 the signs were always there" racked up over 5,000 comments, tearing through old interviews, cryptic lyrics, and behind-the-scenes moments. Remember when Cameron once said, "Some of you keep your enemies in the bedroom"? Yeah, turns out he meant that. YouTube creators jumped on the chaos with hour-long expos like Chrissy's secret timeline and how she played King's every bar Kim ever rapped got reanalyzed, coded messages, warnings, lyrical landmines. Was this all premeditated? Did Jim Jones' loyalty or his wrath tear Dipset apart? Because in just 24 hours, the meltdown became one of the most watched celebrity implosions of the year. And it wasn't just fans. Industry legends couldn't stay quiet. DJ Envy, in a leaked radio segment, dropped this gem. "Man, we always heard whispers. Chrissy and Cam were close back in the day, but no one expected it to end like this. A whole dynasty disintegrating over a love triangle." Joe Budden, never one to hold back, ran it on his show. "This is why you don't mix business, friendship, and romance, especially in hip-hop. Somebody always ends up bleeding, literally." Then Nicki Minaj threw gasoline on the fire with a cryptic tweet. "The girl who lies. No name, no context." Fans went feral. Was she shading Chrissy Lampkin? Even if she wasn't, it didn't matter. The fire had already caught. Cardi B reposted a meme showing the Dipset logo split in half, captioned, "Loyalty over everything, until love walks in." And then came the bomb from an unexpected source, a Dipset insider. Dipset affiliate Hellrel jumped on live and said it plain. "This ain't about drama, this is a straight-up war over respect. And if that's gone, then so is Dipset." Then, after nearly 48 hours of pure silence, no tweets, no interviews, not even a shady like Chrissy Lampkin finally cracked. But not with words. She posted a single black and white Instagram photo, a wilted rose lying on concrete. No caption, no location. But that comment section, on fire. "You destroyed the heart of Harlem. Jim deserved better. This isn't lyrical, it's tragic." She didn't explain. She didn't deny. And that silence? It spoke louder than any statement ever could. In fact, her silence became the loudest scream in this entire mess. Meanwhile, over in Atlanta, police dropped a vague press release confirming an altercation between two public figures. One was hospitalized. The case, still active. And here's the kicker: Chrissy was reportedly called back in for a second round of questioning, not as a suspect, but to lay out the timeline. What happened? When? Why? Then things got even messier. A leaked photo of alleged case files revealed that police now listed Chrissy Lampkin as a material witness to an intensified personal assault, triggered by emotional provocation. That phrase alone broke the internet. Did she know what she was doing? Did she bait them into that room? Was this an emotional setup? Fans didn't need facts, they ran with fire. Theories multiplied. And right in the middle of it all, Dipset's official account went dark. No posts, no responses, nothing. Then, Cameron's manager added one final nail with a chilling tweet. "There is no Dipset without trust. And there is no trust without honesty." Translation? Everything's in ashes. Cam's still recovering, Jim off the grid, and fans everywhere whispering the same brutal question. Was that one punch the death of an entire hip-hop legacy? One of hip-hop's most iconic crews was crumbling, and the real question was, who pulled the trigger? Sure, fists flew down that VIP hallway, but the actual damage? That was emotional, and it started long before any punch landed. Just when fans thought things couldn't get more explosive, Cameron's team dropped the final twist, and it didn't leak through blogs or gossip pages. It came straight from the source. Cam's camp released raw audio from his hospital bed on a stormy Atlanta night, shared exclusively through his official fan app. The quality was scratchy, the tone heavy, but the content? Game-changing. His voice, still hoarse but firm, started like this: "I'm not staying silent any longer. He tried to bury me in lies, but I'm here and I've got something to say." Then came the blowtorch. Chrissy didn't just break loyalty, she cracked the internet. Boom. One line lit the entire fandom on fire. Cam explained they had reconnected last year quietly, under the belief they had unfinished business. What started as closure spiraled into chaos. He didn't drop dates or places, but he made one thing crystal. Jim didn't find out from the streets. He found out because I told him. Let that sink in. Cam confessed. Not Chrissy, not a third party. Cam himself. He was my brother before the world knew our names. I owed him the truth no matter how much it hurt. And suddenly, it all clicked. The rage, the betrayal, the punch that nearly took Cam out for good. It wasn't driven by sneakiness, it was driven by brutal honesty. But Cam didn't stop there. He ended the audio with a chilling warning. If they keep pushing, I'll drop the footage. They know exactly what I mean. One sentence turned everything upside down. Footage? Of what? And who? Speculation spiraled. Some claimed Cam had secret recordings from the Miami hotel night, evidence of Chrissy making promises she later denied. Others believed the footage might be something else. Entirely a conversation between Jim Jones and Chrissy herself. Proof she'd been playing both sides for years, using their loyalty and tension like puppets on strings. Some fans went further, speculating the video involved a third man, someone neither Cam nor Jim ever saw coming. One viral post summed it up. This ain't no love triangle anymore. This is a trap house soap opera, and we just hit season finale chaos. But it wasn't just fans obsessing. The industry held its breath as reports leaked that a major streaming platform was circling the wreckage. Rumors swirled that producers were already fighting for exclusive rights to a Cam vs. Jim documentary. They wanted everything: unseen interviews, security tapes, burner phone logs, and Chrissy's personal account. And Chrissy? Silent. Completely. Her team issued a one-line statement to the Shade Room. Chrissy is focused on her recovery and has no further comment at this time. But fans weren't having it. Healing? They laughed. This ain't healing, it's hiding. She lit the match and now wanted to disappear in the smoke she started. Meanwhile, Jim Jones stayed completely dark. No tweets, no lives, no interviews. Just one haunting final post before the altercation, a photo of Dipset's original mixtape with a caption that hit hard. We started as brothers. Let's not die as enemies. That post, it blew up. Over 1.4 million comments flooded in, mostly begging, don't let Dipset end like this. Fix it. Speak to him. Don't let her be the reason this empire falls apart. We need the truth, all of it.